Okay guys, welcome. Let's get cracking, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, as always, very good evening wherever you are around the world. Welcome to another London session on this Wednesday. So obviously the charts, well, GJ, gold, pretty much all the majors as well, NAS, all made a nice move to the upside yesterday, overnight my time. Flipped a few things structure wise as well, so interesting to see what we can come up with moving forward here today. As always, I will do the analysis on GJ, gold, GU and NAS eventually. In the meantime, guys, make sure to hit the like button so we get more viewers to the stream. Hope you like the new thumbnail. I'm just having a bit of fun with it. You guys know the deal. I swap and change it up a fair bit. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But nonetheless, let's get cracking, guys. I hope you all had a good start to the week. Yesterday was actually a really good day for me. In the end, really good day. We called a nice trade right at the end of the stream. Some of you, I'm sure some of you took it, which was good. Is the stream still up and running, guys? And just let me know, please. It's a bit laggy. Exactly, it is. Good to see you, by the way. Okay. It could be I'm not too sure. The weather's a bit all over the shop at the moment, so yeah, it could be, I don't know, the internet here is never good at the best of times. So anyway, guys, let's get cracking. Let's have a look at GJ. It's obviously just consolidating. I'll go over the trades yesterday a little bit later on, both on gold. So looking at GJ, current weekly candle is forming a very strong bullish candle. We are actually engulfing that previous weekly candle. I think it's safe to remove that alert from yesterday now. Remove. All right, so we're forming a strong bullish candle, hovering above the high of the previous. Well, obviously at the high, the resistance here to the left hand side, it is a very strong level of resistance that we're currently at. We're right near the highs, right near the top of it. Onto the daily, and once again we remain bullish in structure. Higher low, higher high, higher low to the previous daily candle. Previous daily candle was a very strong bullish candle. The first potential sign that maybe we're going to break above this resistance and head back up towards those the highest point we've been at for a long time, obviously around that 193 to 193.50, which we did reach during March this year. We could potentially be on the way back up to that point there. Again, we've closed above the bows and accounts to the left, so that is my first potential catalyst to give me the indication that maybe we are ready to continue to the upside. Do have the high low, high high to the previous. Gonna mark in the low of the current candle. If we are to continue bullish, we should not really need to pull back and break our own low. Doesn't mean that we're not going to head back up if we do so, but there could be options to potentially look for sells off the back of rejection of this resistance. Onto the 4 hour, and structurally we do remain bullish once again from this big impulse to the upside, but look where we're at. We're right at a very strong level of resistance. I'm going to change that to gray. Currently respecting it, rejecting it. The previous candle did close back a doji candle, or almost like a hammer candle, right closer to its low. It did close back a bullish candle. Current candle, lower high, is about to break the low of that previous candle. Let's just mark that in, and we'll see what I've got once we go down to the M30 time frame. So above the current resistance, we're pretty much running into another resistance. We'll see what levels we have on a 30-minute if it is a little bit cleaner, to look for any potential entries above the high of the current daily candle. That's the low of the current day's candle. Let's see what we've got below it once we go down to the 30-minute. So I'm not going to mark in a zone to the downside. It's far off at the moment on the 4 hour. We know we are technically bullish in structure at a very strong level of resistance. All right, so now I'm just going to neaten this up, guys. What I'm going to do is just incorporate the most recent resistance on the M30 and use that. Now, give me a sec, I'll explain why. Just let me pinpoint it. All right. So we did tap into the highs, and we're starting to consolidate just below it. Formed a support up near these highs. So that is the 4 hour candle's low. we begin to close below it, then there is likelihood that we will pull back further, potentially retest this next level of support here, which is around the current daily candles low. The current daily candles low around at 192,620 roughly. So I'm just gonna change that to blue. I'm gonna mark in another level of support just here. I mean, it doesn't look very appealing. However, if we start to pop below it, I would like to see a nice strong closure below it, then pull back to retest that consolidation, and we could look for potential sell options at that point there. Upon rejecting that 4-hour resistance, upon rejecting the highest point to the left hand side, forming that support break below it could give us the indication that we could pull back further down towards that 192,660 level. At that point there, I'm definitely going to be interested in looking for options to buy it. We're still going to be bullish on the M30. The bias is still bullish across the board, so any sells would be risky against the actual trend itself. So therefore, I'm not going to anticipate the first move out of this consolidation. I'm not going to look to get involved. I'd rather let it do its thing, create a nice strong close, maybe even tapping into that resistance here to the left, pulling back, creating a lower high, and then I'll potentially look for my sell option. But either way, if I was to sell it below the current support, I really want to see a nice strong closure out of it. So let me look into 15. We can drag it across to that point there. Yeah, I still want to see a nice strong closure out of that consolidation. That's what I want to see. Nice strong closure. So that's what I'll be waiting for on GJ for the sells. Now, as for the buy options, so I'm just going to mark in potential sells below this point here. Not going to be interested in buying it within the current area of consolidation because there is just no clean areas. There's no margin. There's nothing. So the buy options are down low, obviously, around that 192,660 or above the current daily candles high. That point there, we're broken above that resistance to the left. What does it look like on the M30 time frame? That's what we need to see. On the M30 is a lot cleaner. We do have enough margin, I feel, to take it up towards that resistance 193,067. The only issue we will have is the fact that we're running into that psychological round number 193 flat. So if that was to be the case, we might have to think about managing trades if it does tap into that level and begin to pull back in just in case it does reject that psychological round number and it ends up coming back down towards support back below that 4-hour resistance. So I would consider buys above the high upon continuation. Reason being also just add confluence, current daily high low high high, pull back, form a support above the previous resistance. We begin to break our own high. We're likely to continue to the upside at that point there. So that would be potential buy options for me on GJ. That's how it stands just now. Just need to wait for it to break this consolidation and then look to pick up potential pieces afterwards. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Just make sure to hit the like button. I can move on to gold. So these are the zones from yesterday. I'll obviously mark them in again. At the end of the stream, I mentioned look for price to consolidate where it forms the support and then look for your potential entry. So I got a re-entry on this trade as well based off the 5-minute. I was quickly, when I went off to make dinner, I was keeping a little bit of an eye on it for that interruption based off the 5-minute, and I actually got a second entry in right there, a limit order sell as price begun to tap into that pause candle into the low of it, and it shut the bed after it. So it was a nice trade. Got into a buy later on, which I did mention at the end of the stream again what I'd be looking for. So hopefully some of you are paying attention and maybe got into that as well. Had a little bit of consolidation at this after forming support. We had a liquidity grab candle. So this candle broke below the previous. She had no need to. At that point, it had a bit of an upper wick. Began to break below the previous. At that point there, by law of candle probability, it should really come back down to support. If it doesn't and begun to break the high of the previous, for me, that was the signal to look to take a buy, and that was a really nice trade. Got to around 53, 54 pip profit or something, and then came back to entry. before it mooned again. But nonetheless, I secured a fair chunk of it along the way. Up to around 50 was the last part I actually secured some profits. So it was a nice win. Moving on to do the analysis now on gold. And looking at the weekly, so we are forming a very strong bearish candle. We are basically engulfed in the previous. So once again, said it all week, everyone's saying we need to pull back to create the upper wick. Not necessarily. Obviously, every pullback has so far been met by resistance on the minor time frames. As long as we continue to do so, we don't necessarily need to pull back to create that upper wick. Doesn't mean that we won't, but in my opinion, again, don't necessarily need to do so. Looking at daily. All right, so structurally we remain bullish. That previous candle closed with a long wick to the downside. Current candle has just a small low wick. If it begins to break the high of the previous, it could be options to take a buy based off that liquidity grab from the downside. And if we begin to break it, we do have a clean candle to the left. We could start pulling back up a bit further. So structurally bullish 4 hours. So we're approaching resistance on the 4 hour. We are technically bearish in structure also on the 4 hour. Just gonna mark in the level just now, change it to gray. Gonna mark in the most recent support, which is just at the current level. It's a downside. Obviously we've got a support a little bit lower down. I'm not going to bother marking in just now. So we're just currently trading within a range on the 4 hour between basically 2,316 up to 2,334.50. Technically we are bearish current candle, not a great deal of volume within it. Let's mark in the low of it. I want to see what we've got below that level. Onto the M30 time frame. All right, now what I can do is adjust this a little bit. Gives us a little bit more margin. Clean traffic on the M30 time frame. This is looking good on gold. So what we've done at the low of the current 4 hour candle, we have formed support on the M30 time frame. So if we are to continue bullish, what should happen, guys? We should not need to break that support, should we? We should respect it, head back up, potentially tap into that 2,333 sort of level, that 4 hour resistance to the left hand side. So as long as we do remain above that level, we could continue bullish. The issue is not a great deal of margin. We are actually at a resistance on the M30 time frame. So once again, for the sellers, first of all, seeing form support at the low of the 4 hour candle. No need to break it if we were to continue bullish. If we do so, clean traffic to the left, what's likely to happen is we're going to fill it down to the range lows around at 2,318 roughly. So for me, I'd be looking for my sell options below the support. As for the buys, guys, further sell options, first of all, if we do pull up and tap into 2,334, only to reject, like so. It's a bit of a dodgy drawing, but you guys get the picture. I'll be looking at my catalyst from higher up to potentially sell it back down as well. So that is the sell options on gold. So as far as confluences, we have daily. Daily has not yet broken out of the previous. So if we were to look for buys, what would give me more confidence is if we begin to pull up and break the high of the previous daily candle, which was obviously a bearish candle with a long wick to the downside. So we don't really need to pull back too far within the current daily candle. So if we begin to pop above that 2,334.510, there could be options, but it is not all that clean to the left. So I'd have to see a nice move above it, probably cut through some of this shit to the left, and then consider maybe looking for my buy options. Otherwise, I'd be looking for price to see how it reacts to 2,318. We do form a support above that level. Once again, I'm waiting my catalyst to look for a potential buy option to take it back up towards the current daily candle's high. So buys above that support, as long as we respect it. Further sells below it as well, guys, seeing we do have an upper wick and a lower wick within the current daily candle. If we begin to flip back again and break our own low, then we are likely to pull back further. As long as we respect the high of the previous daily candle prior to that, I feel we could end up filling, potentially fill the wick on that previous daily candle. So that is gold. Now, as far as a preference, seeing these are the two pairs I trade, I will look at GU and NAS as well. Well, GJ just needs to clear this shit. And gold at this stage, I'm not going to buy it into resistance. So I'm just going to wait and see if we begin to pop below support or head up to resistance and look for price to react to that level for my potential options. Let me take a breath. Quick sip of the cuppa, and I will have a look at GU. All right. So GU is at a resistance as well. That's the level I had marked in from yesterday. I will remove it and we will do the analysis. So starting the weekly, okay, current weekly is forming a strong bullish candle. Has lower high, lower low to the previous. Really had no need to pull back up, break its own high for us to continue bearish. I would say as long as we respect the high of the previous weekly candle, there's still potential for us to begin to flip. But at this stage, I'd probably be inclined to call it a strong bullish candle. I know it's not yet Wednesday London NY session, which is when I start to revert to the current candle, but nonetheless, we are forming a strong, very strong bullish candle. So once again, when I see a candle forming as such, what I'm likely to look for is where could we potentially pull back to on the 4-hour or M30 levels to form a support and look for continuation buys, take it back up towards the high. Daily, we do remain bearish in structure at a very strong level, very key level of resistance. So what I'd be doing is marking the low of the current daily candle. And let's see what we've got below it. So we're bearish in structure at resistance. The 4-hour structure is technically bullish. That's flipped yesterday. But look at that, at a very, very strong level of resistance on GU. I mean, this is a big level. Just going to mark in the most recent level, which is where we're currently at basically, and we'll see what we've got above it on the M30 if there is any clean traffic whatsoever. Once again, I'm not going to bother with support because it's way off. I'll mark them in on the 30-minute time frame. All right, that wick, what's on 15? Yeah, GU's not as clean as GJ in my opinion. You've got these wicks are a little bit off-putting. I'm just gonna mark that level in, and what I will like to see if I was to be trading this pair was price to start popping below 1.244. If we do so, that point there, all we got to contend with is this wick on the bearish 30-minute candle. So I'd be playing off the 30, not the 15. What I'd be looking for is a closure below. It's a support formed around the current daily candles low. If we were to continue bullish, we should respect that support. If we start to pop below it, likely we're going to head back down towards this support a little bit to the over to the left hand side around at 124.30. So just going to mark in a level just there, and I would look for sell options below the support here. Just going to mark it in. As for the buys, I mean, further sells if it does pull back and reject yet again. As for the buy options, it's either on a pullback to form support around that 124.30. If it does just begin to melt, that's the next level I'm looking to see hold. If it doesn't hold, then it's likely going to come back down further. Got some clean traffic to the left. Where the buy is above the high, that resistance 124.648 roughly. A bit clear in the M30. I'd like to see a nice strong catalyst, nice strong closure. So if we do pull up and create an equal low or higher low right now, and then break the current daily candles high, we start popping above that 1.24681. Could be options to look for a buy, but it would have to make a really nice move. I'd prefer it to actually create the first impulse to the upside, pull back, form a support, and then I'd really trust it more at that point there. So that is GU. Well, I am on a bit of a roll. Let me take a look at NAS. So nothing right now on gold or GJ, so I will have a look at NAS quickly. And a big move to the upside on NAS. Has a flip some structure. Definitely has in the 30-minute. All right. So looking at the weekly, once again, it's forming a strong candle. It's still against that previous candle. Does still suggest it could eventually form a resistance and head back down. So you look to see what levels we could do so. But On the flip side of that, we are forming at the moment a strong bullish candle, so you could look to the minor time frames to see potentially where we could pull back to form a support and head back up. So daily we have high highs, high lows. Structurally we are bearish. Current daily, no lower wick. Let's mark in the low of the current daily candle and see what we actually have below that level. Onto the 4 hour. You can argue it's flip bullish. I think that is a low low. Yep, so I would now say it's bullish actually. We're at a resistance though. So we've got the weekly, the 4 hours bullish. Change that to grey. Above that level, it looks quite clean to the left hand side. So could be options for buys above the resistance here. One at 17632.9, well 17633 roughly, onto the 30-minute. So we know we're at a level of resistance. What I want to see, and what you often hear me say, guys, is, so now if I was to just kind of want to drag this up, but might just do that. What we've done is form support at resistance. So if we are to continue bullish, we should respect the levels of support formed on the way up. If we start to pop below 17.60450 roughly, we're starting to create lower lows within the micro trend. We're not flipping structure just yet, but we're starting to create some lower lows. I'd like to see a nice strong closure below that level, pull back to tap in, and then I'd be selling it in anticipation that price may be rejecting that 4 hour resistance, and we could be ready to head back down. To add confidence to it, the 4 hour looks to be potentially exhausting. So I'd be looking for potential sell options below that point there. Now, buys upon the pullback. So that's the current daily candles low, guys. If we do pull back and tap into that previous resistance, which we're not yet to do so, we're not yet done so, sorry, then I will look for my potential buys above that level. Below it, we've got some clean traffic to the left as well. So that would mean I'd like to look for potential sells below it if price did eventually retrace that level. Further buy options above the high. You got that wick to contend with. So like to see a nice strong closure above, tap in, and then look for support to form for continuation buys, as opposed to taking it off the rip. So buys above would also make sense. And that is basically what I'm looking at on NAS for the time being. That's 28 minutes in, 27 minutes in. Thank you for this up. All right. So now back to GJ and gold, and I will say g'day to everyone in the chat. All right, so let's just keep an eye on GJ. This looks like maybe a bit of volume starting to creep in. And who have we got here today? All right, Franco, good morning to you, brother. Saxy, once again, man, where have you been, brother? Been on for over a month now. Hope you're well, nonetheless. I'm glad to have you here. Archer, good morning, bro. Sean, morning to you, brother. Hope you're well. It's a bit laggy. Oh, okay. Paulius, good morning to you. Or for what? Gold? Yep. Been over it. Paulius, yep. Just been over it. GU. TJ, how are you, Mr. Tommy John? Sean, he likes people, 30 people on stream, 10 likes. Yep, slowly getting up there. Jonathan, how are you? Are you not from the old stream? Did you not win a coaching session from the old stream? I'm pretty sure I may be wrong. But nonetheless, great to have you either way. Looking up. Gold. Yep, so just been over gold. Shake Sammy, good morning to you. Saxy, oh, okay. I hope all is well, bro. Hope all is well. How's the kid? Yeah, my son, yeah, he's good. He's good. He's been in the wars as per usual. Broke his arm again about a month ago, but it's on the mend, so that's the main thing. And Steve, how are you? spilt my coffee just before the stream started. Catastrophe all over the magic keys too, and it's still working, so I was lucky. Brian, cheers to you, and cheers to you, my friend, as always. Christopher, good evening to you. So this is okay. I don't mind what gold is doing just now. Don't mind it pulling back up higher. And we see how it reacts to 23, 30. 32, sorry, 33. So once again, just going over the entry yesterday, guys. Well, there were two. One at the end of the stream, this one here. Xauusd was weak bullish candle closure, forming that support. So if this candle closed back a little bit stronger, that would have meant it would have been necessary for me, in accordance to my plan, my rules, to wait for the following candle to close and close back below support. But if it closed as is, closed weak, so how to determine if it's a weak or strong candle? You can use a fib. If it closes below the 50, you know it's a weaker candle. You could potentially take the impulse as price begins to break the low of that weak pause candle, that weak support candle, form support on the 15. What you did also have was 30-minute forming or creating lower high, lower low. Previous candle did close back bearish, so within the two 15-minute candles, you had that 30-minute still closing back bearish. You hear me say this shit often on stream, guys, and so it worked out to be a really nice entry. And for me, to the downside, there was a really nice entry as well, based off that liquidity candle. As soon as price began to break above the previous candle, that was the cue for me to take a nice little entry on the gold. All right, I'm gonna set up the Zoom. People want to jump on, you're welcome. Just make sure, as always, you guys know the deal. If you are to jump on, do watch on another device on the YouTube stream, so I don't lose the viewers. Actually, I'll send a link in a sec. I'm just gonna duck out for 2 seconds. I'll be back, guys, really quick. Alrighty, guys, I am back. I will now send a link into the chat. There we go. So the deal is, if you do join, just make sure to watch on the YouTube stream on another device. And I send a link in good faith that you guys are going to behave, so feel free to jump on if you like. If you don't want to, just chill on the YouTube side of things. It's all good. Had a run-in with the BMW driver today, and I swear I wanted to belt the living suitcase out of the person. can't stand when people think they're the only ones on the road and just do whatever they please. Just stop in the middle of the road. No indicator, nothing. Beep. They don't give a shit. Keep beeping. Do the right thing. Pull the window down. Stick the finger up. Tell them what to do. Then they move. And then they turn without indicating. As well, excuse me, you piece of shit. Absolute dropkick. Cannot stand it. Got a massive bull bar on the front of my on my pathfinder. I honestly just felt like rounding straight through him. Chad, no worries, man. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Just it's on delay. It's up to 18 or something just now. I think you have to refresh the stream and the likes will reappear. Tommy, oh mate. God, rejecting at the moment. So let's tap into this resistance here. Is technically a 4-hour level. That could have been almost that cowboy sell entry. But never mind. GJ's still consolidating, so nothing going on. Christopher? Yes, doesn't want to pull up on gold. Yeah, that's okay. We've got levels to potentially look for options to sell it. And it doesn't necessarily have to tap into that level because this is resistance that it is reacting to right now. I mean, that new entry type pretty much would have played out. I just wasn't even aware of it, to be honest. I ignored the fact that we are technically out of 4-hour resistance, so based off the fact that this count just popped straight up, no lower wick. Pretty sure I had no lower wick anyway. Could have potentially looked to sell it. It's tapped into the high of 30-minute resistance, stop loss above the actual resistance higher up. And you'd be safely at break even by now, securing, but it's all good. It's a very risky entry, but I find it very effective. The most impulsive of all my particular entries. I had the adrenaline pump as well because I just finished gym, so I really felt like telling him. The biceps were pumping, blood was flowing. Is there no, it's nothing today, Sean. Today is actually a pretty quiet day. I mean, it was Oz news. It's tomorrow. So nothing today. Yesterday was full of news. I mean, yeah, core durable goods could do a few things, but I wouldn't expect that much to come out of it. The Aussie's pumped, which is good for me. Off the back of core data coming out of the Reserve Bank with CPI figures and that. Well, sorry, well, not necessarily the Reserve Bank, but CPI figures coming out worse than expected. So obviously, that is good for a currency's strength, because it means that less likely to reduce interest rates. Well, not anytime soon anyway. So obviously, that is good for a strength of a currency. So that's why the Aussie is pumped. If anyone was wondering, not that most of you probably give a shit, but all right, GJ rejecting. Yeah, not interested in taking it for just melts now. Reason being, it's coming from consolidation. There is absolutely no catalyst just yet. There is nothing to suggest to me that this could be the candle. If it is, fantastic. Not a problem. I'm not going to anticipate and predict it that it will be. I wait for the confirmation. Both gold and GJ rejecting. Watch GJ for the time being. -15-minute, you're running into more support, about 3-4 pips away. So I'm just going to wait for the 30. I'm not going to jump into anything. Look at that. That's the reason why. Up, down, all over the shop. GU. Yep, it is. GU potentially could be an option below that support. Once again, you can see using a line chart, it pretty much taps in on multiple occasions, so I think it's a good level to use. So we'll see. Who wants a giveaway? I don't mind doing a giveaway, but you guys know the deal. Need more likes. Get those likes up, ladies and gents. I think we got to 80 that day. Was it? It was roughly 80 something likes on stream. So I'd say minimum of 60, 70 maybe. Tommy, of course, mate. I'm sure you do. You probably don't need it, my friend. You're doing well enough yourself. Christopher, yo. Alright, it's GJ trying to make a move. All good. Let it create the move. Let it show us it's ready. G'day, Josh. How are you, my friend?
Morning, Justin. How are you, mate?
All good, mate. All good. And you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
That's it.
Did you see the news for the Aussie dollar earlier this morning?
Yeah. Well, after the fact, I saw it, but
Yeah.
came out obviously good for the currency. I mean, not good for the economy, but definitely good for currency strength. So obviously, I wouldn't think they'd be cutting rates anytime soon based off the data that came out, as still issues with inflation in this country.
Yeah, okay. Because I was going to look at the Aussie dollar and US dollar on the charts as soon as I woke up, so it looked really good. So it looked like news was coming out expected. The same with gold as well, because that sometimes affects with the Aussie dollar as well.
Yeah, they're heavily tied to one another.
Yeah, so it looked really nice. So I'm currently in a buy from the 23.28 ton margin, and this is my first ever live account trade I'm taking on after 5 months of demoing. So
that's one. Well, wish you luck, brother.
Thank you.
I mean, it's looking okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for you see the current the previous 15-minute candle. I'm looking to see if it can reach that high. If it does, then I'm looking to put that entry into break even. Just let it run.
Yep, it's a fair,
smart, you know.
fair bit of profit on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice one. Good work, my friend. You'd be about 10 pips up almost, or not quite.
At all. How are you doing so far today?
Yeah, all good, man. Just I mean, no trades today. Yesterday was a really good day. Yesterday was a cracking day, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sells on gold right at the end of stream, which I got in on a second attempt as well.
Okay.
Based off the 5 minute, and also I took buys from this liquidity candle just here. Its price broke low, we had consolidated. Moving away from this resistance, this candle broke low off the previous candle, so it has no need to pull back up and break its high. If it does, likely just grab some more liquidity from the downside, should continue up, and that was the catalyst. Got up to over 50 pip profit and then came back to entry and then flew again. But I secured, I pretty much the whole thing basically wrapped up at around 50 pips at a tiny run left.
Yeah, I took what did I do yesterday? I took a entry on the buy around the 2300. I can't remember exactly, but I took the entry and I just let it run. And geez Louise, good thing I did, because that obviously went all the way up to
23,
28, and that was like a good trade yesterday overall.
Nice one. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday.
Yeah, I was expecting it was going to try and reach up to those that zone that you just had from this morning's charts.
Okay.
From the push yesterday, the 23.34 entry. But
yeah.
Slightly, it just had some rejection, and of course, there was going to be some potential sell-off happening.
Yep.
Which is not a bad thing at all. Let it do its own thing, of course. So, not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, I mean, it still definitely could pull back up and retest that zone. It's just reacted to a 4-hour level just a little bit below the level I've marked in.
Yeah. It definitely it hasn't gone to that lower entry, and I do wonder, considering it hasn't done that yet, if it's going to do a little bit of a push at London Open and then maybe cool it off until maybe New York, where it might, depending on the news, it might flip.
Yep, there's not a great deal of news today.
No.
There's...
And the thing, it kind of curious me a little bit, is we've obviously got a couple of days left during the week, and what I'm looking at weekly, there's a huge wick that's kind of like a liquidity. Now, of course, this is the weekly chart, so anything can happen. It could go back bearish, but there's a little bit of a top wick on the currently weekly candle.
Okay, just depends what broker you're looking at.
It's still going to start selling off, because if there's no top wick, then that's a potential sign that it could go back down. Where if you look at the daily, of course, we just had a big wick that just happened yesterday, and that was liquidity, you know.
Yep.
So it's a huge potential that it could flip bullish, but I don't expect it's going to be too much of a push. Give
against
it till Thursday, and then Friday it may sell off potentially.
Yeah, that's what I've mentioned when I do the analysis on gold, is the fact that the strength of this weekly candle, yes, it can continue to pull back, but it's got a lower high, lower low. I still feel that it's likely just going to meet resistance on any pullback to eventually head back down. And at this stage, I mean, if I had to ask me which way it's going to close, I would say more probable it's going to close bearish. A lot of people would be thinking it has to create the upper wick. It has none. I see it differently. Not necessarily. You just look to see what levels it should respect. I mean, it's obviously at this stage you've got 23.34. It should remain below there. And if it does break above it, then you got another level of 23.42. There are plenty of levels that it could potentially reject to end up staying in line with the formation of the current weekly candle to the downside. So
yeah, it's just a little bit of a speculation, because let's just say it still becomes bearish. Then we're gonna have to think about next week, because if the first open candle goes bullish, then that could have been like a liquidity grab from this week's candle.
potentially, yeah,
Gonna happen next week,
and then continue up.
it might happen, you know.
Yeah, it's all potential. I mean, based off that previous daily, it does look like it could pull back further if it does break the high of it, but it really needs to break it.
Yeah,
It's still got a fair bit of strong resistance to get through to do so.
yeah,
So I'm still in favor of the sells at this stage, in all honesty.
of course.
Yeah, otherwise I would just rather buy it lower down on that pullback, or just wait for it to pop above that previous daily candle's high. And you got counter probabilities on your side on the daily time frame.
Yeah, I do think there's good potential to be sell side as well, but you just don't know at the moment. The way it has been playing, it's a bit of a mixture reaction, hasn't it, really?
Exactly. I mean, GJ has made a decent move, but that's fine. Because once again, how do you know? Like, for instance, why didn't that previous candle make a move? It did retrace to the low of that consolidation. Counter prior to all these candles, why did they not make the move? How do you know this one's going to make the move? I mean, if you sat here all day and you're trading off what you think and trading off impulse, you probably would have been triggered into multiple trades on GJ and wrecked on each one. So you don't, and like you mentioned the other day, Josh, and we've mentioned on the stream regularly, you don't have to be first to the party. What you're best to do is just let the markets decide for you, and then you know what direction you're going to be trading. Sometimes it's going to make the move within that push, and there's not much you can do about it. You just need to reassess. So for me on GJ right now, what is likely to be my next options is pull back to retest that zone to potentially reject it and sell it, or wait for price to actually come back down to that support, see if we respect it, wait for support to form, and potentially buy it. Simple. Instead of reacting on emotions, I think, oh shit, it's melting, I'm just going to sell it. I just reassess. I wait, and again, now I have my plan. I just need to wait.
Yeah, it's kind of like a tough one, and considering it is Wednesday, it's the middle of the week of the markets, it depends what could happen. Today is likely gave you the right direction to show what's going to happen for the rest of the upcoming 2 days.
Potentially.
And, you know, it potentially could give us a direction, and if it does, then we can play out of it. If it doesn't, then we're still going to be speculating and maybe wait till tomorrow. But the more that we wait, the likely chances that it's like we can still let it play out and do its own thing. But patience and the discipline is going to be a huge factor for this week, especially if there's nothing happening with trading wise. Only like giving out some knowledge and some experience about how to stay disciplined and patient. You know.
Yeah, agreed. I remember my swing trading days, my first mentor used to have the theory that Monday would create the wick in the opposite direction to where the week would trend. So Monday is not necessarily the best indication as to what direction the markets will move in that week, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday it'll trend, and then Friday it'll make a bit of a pullback in the opposite direction. So that's the formation of the weekly.
Yeah.
That was his theory. Now, once again, I don't necessarily agree with that, because that's to be the case, then why hasn't gold flipped yet? So I'm of a little bit of a differing opinion to that. So again, it's just a matter of levels. And every time I see a daily candle, I see if it's a strong candle, back or weekly, I know that likely I'm just all I'm going to be looking for are either continuation trades or trades upon the pullback in the opposite direction. Very simple.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And you know, all you can do is play from your playbook, your journaling, set your rules, and as long as you follow your rules and know what it is on your playbook, like how to confirm like specific targets that you're looking for on the charts. If it plays out, then that's great. If it doesn't play out, there's always another day. Don't run for it. Just wait and be patient.
That's it. It was the same yesterday. Honestly, I was on longer than what I'd normally be. I just want to see what happened with the CPI news for... Oh, not CPI. What was it yesterday for the pound? PMI. That's it. PMI news for the pound. And gold happened to give an option. I really need to get off the stream as well. I had to go make dinner because I had things to do. I had a coaching session as well. But yeah, it's good nonetheless. Even having said that, at least knowing that waiting patiently for the right move and it gave you a really nice option.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. I'm trying to stay away from trading during news because A, it could be ruptured, and B, you can likely be gambling your money away, and C, if you likely stay away from news, you're learning to become a bit more mature than actually rush for the trade in some sense.
Yeah.
So sometimes you wait for like 15 minutes just to let the actual thing actually transparent and go through, then you're actually doing yourself a better favor. So I did is let it play out, come back maybe like another hour or so, because you know how the market's going to play out. Sometimes it'll be pull-ups and drag-outs and fake-outs and all that stuff. And let assess during like an hour after the opening session of New York session. And just look for a trade then if it works out. Sometimes it goes very well. I mean, this week has shown that yesterday after the opening, maybe an hour after that buy entry that I took, that was like what I did. And that pulled off very well.
Yeah, the difference is the news yesterday was pound news, so the euro news had no effect on gold as well, so I was confident the pound news wouldn't affect gold. But yeah, no way I would have taken on GJ. I don't trade the news as well.
No, so there was news for the US dollar.
Oh, that was later on. I'm talking about the end of yesterday's stream.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
There was no news, not on US dollar. So it was all well planned. But I agree. I would not be taking into news. You're better waiting for it to happen. Let it settle down for like at least half an hour or so.
Yeah.
And then come back. Candles closed on the 30-minute. So gold, nothing. We're still above support. Nothing for me. GJ, there is no margin now. So let it print some more data and see where we're at. That's all we need to do. Same shit yesterday. Every time I thought, not going to get nothing. Wait patiently, eventually you get something right in the end. So that's all we do. We just wait patiently, guys. No stress, no rush. You got some good company here, so hit the like button. Let's get those likes up. Only 30 at the moment. Not doing a giveaway with only 30 likes, so hit that like button, ladies and gents. How's the new thumbnail? Anyone actually does anyone like it? Let me know. What do you reckon, man?
Does that reference? I was looking at it yesterday because it was St. George's Day yesterday. Apparently, I don't know if that was true or not.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know about reference to that or not.
No.
I wonder if it was. I'm a little bit skeptical that it wasn't. Let's have a look. Calendar day. Where is it? It was St. George's Day yesterday.
Okay, well, I don't even know what that is, to be honest, man. Here in Oz, it's not something that we celebrate. So
let me find.
Sean, I like your doctor ones. Dr. Pips. Yeah, Dr. Pips is too corny. I mean, it's not a bad one, but I'm not gonna call myself Dr. Pips.
So According to the historical accounts, Sir George's was one of the Roman soldiers who bravely defended his faith and was martyred for his beliefs over the time. He became referenced as a symbol of courage, chivalry, and national pride in the England.
Okay.
And
That's definitely.
I don't know why people call it as a bank holiday though. It's something that I wouldn't call it as a bank holiday personally.
I don't think it was it? Because it didn't say on Forex Factory anyway.
Oh, that's got nothing to do with Forex Factory. It's like an actual information you have to look up on Google.
Yeah, no, it was not in reference to that. I had no idea. I just, just a photo I got off the thumbnail no software editor that I use. I thought it looked pretty cool, so.
No, that's cool. It, like, again, if you did see if it was bank holiday, then it would be like, the banks of UK would have been shut because of Sir George's Day. It doesn't. It's not like that. Sir George's Day is one of those days I don't think really is a bank holiday. Our next bank holiday in the UK is the 6th of May. So that's on a Monday.
Okay. So that's in a few weeks' time?
Yeah. And gold is dropping very nicely.
Yeah, it's dropping now. So I'm not taking an impulse entry.
No, I've taken a sell. And it's
not really? What happened to your buy, my friend? He was switching sides quickly.
I closed the buys because of what happened with the candle. So I was kind of a little bit skeptical with it, really. But I am now.
Sure, Doctor is amazing at trading because they have a lot of patience. Worst joke ever. Not the best one, is it?
What gave you the idea with the thumbnail? Was it just something that was?
Oh, it's just me being creative, man. I create them all myself.
Yeah.
That's nice. All. I just look through. I search for my type in London, see what comes up.
Yeah.
And I thought that looked pretty cool. I used the photo editor. And
how do you do the editing and stuff like that? Do you use Photoshop or do you just use a specific website or?
No, I use Canva.
Okay.
Yeah, paid subscription. So there's probably better ones than that, but I mean they've got quite a lot in the database with images and that to use.
Yeah.
All right, so gold looks like it could be breaking, but I'm not taking the impulse entry because we're coming from above the support. I don't yet have a catalyst, so I want to see some closures. What I want to see. So I'll reassess in about 9 minutes, see where we're at closure at 15. And if it closes significantly below, I may look for a limit order sell back at the low of the zone. Potentially. But I want it to significantly close below. Because we do have the M30 still open, obviously. There'll be 15 minutes remaining in M30. So I don't necessarily want to get in as it breaks the low of the previous M15, because then you're taking it in anticipation is going to make a really big move within that current 30-minute candle. So I'd rather get in on the pullback within the 30-minute. But I need that catalyst. I need a strong closure below on the 15 to give me that option to begin. So it will look something like this. This candle will close similar to this. And I place the limit order sell back at the low of the zone in anticipation the 30-minute might look something like that in the end. Close further down. So that's the only thing I'm playing right now. But yeah, we don't have any confirmation just yet.
Unless you're going to scalp the trade in the 5 or 1 minute time frame, you can take a little bit of a quick scalp, but you're going to have to be very quick with your entry and very quick with your exit as well. But I don't think it's kind of worth it now, considering we've got the London Open in 25 minutes kind of going to be like a little bit skeptical to think what's going to happen now. I've closed my entry anyway, so I'm kind of waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'd be waiting. I definitely would be waiting. I'd want the 1 minute to, if I was looking for impulse entries, which I'm not, I'd want the 1 minute to break, pull back, close back a bearish, bullish candle, but respecting the zone, and then maybe a delayed entry as it broke again. But I'm gonna just patiently wait.
Bear in mind, obviously I'm on a live account, so I'm on a small account, so I am being very, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but being substitute with being wise with my entries and my lot size. So that's going to be a target of discipline and literally concentration as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot different on live, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed.
I remember, I started on a live account pretty much from the very beginning. Well, once I blew that initially, I went to demo for a bit and I thought I was fine again. Went to live, blew that. Happened probably 3 or 4 times. But then I realized that you need to, I feel you need to be in a live market just to have that feeling of emotion of live funds. Even if it's a tiny account, at least it's still money. No one likes giving away. Like, let's just say you're chucking $200 or whatever into an account. You don't just like pressing a button and it's gone, do you? So you still have that feeling of emotion. But once you learn to you know, control that and trade the plan, trade in accordance to your rules, no matter how big a, you know, account size you've got, it makes no real difference because you're under control. You have full control of your actions, and it relates over, it translates over from any size account in that case. Honestly, that's from personal experience. I've traded all different size accounts.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't matter what account size I trade, it's the exact same emotion for me. Exact same, which is basically emotionless.
Yeah.
The only time I get shitty is, like I mentioned before, if I don't follow my plan and I force an entry and it's especially a losing entry, or even if it's a winning entry and I force it, I don't feel good about it. But that is a rarity. That might happen once or twice a year for me, if that.
Yeah, and I can completely understand that, and I have had my fair share with being on a live account for roughly 6 years now, I would say, and obviously I've been in and out with it as well. I don't say I would know, I've been all sizes of trades, like I haven't been on like $100,000 of account or anything like that, but you know, the main thing you need to learn very quickly is you need to learn your emotions and what can you do about your emotions, what can you do about your discipline and your reaction. Now, if your reaction is like you win something like in a casino, you're not going to survive very long, because you know, you're down to rectify and really burn your account very easily. Where if you can control your emotions and your self-discipline, in the long run, you are going to be able to maintain your composure, and you can literally stay focused and become emotionless. And that's what traders need to be nowadays, instead of jumping into the conclusions and jumping into charts and jumping into a trade where they've been forced to do it due to due diligence, which that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's well said. It's true. Yeah, especially if you get too excited about a trade too, then it does become a bit like casino. You get that, you know, that what's it called? You get the adrenaline rush.
You get the adrenaline rush. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Sean GJ, you meant whip back up. Yeah, so that's all right. Would that have even given you 10 pips had you taken an impulsive entry? Not even. So could this just be grabbing liquidity? Remember, we're in an uptrend. And now if we begin to break above, it's even more probable that we'll make a clean move. That's the way I see this. So what I would need to see on GJ is if we don't actually close above, I need a strong closure well above the actual into, well, well into the zone. So it's something that resembles this. May not happen in this candle, but I want to start seeing candles close right up near it, and then potentially impulse entry. Because if this is to be the case when we grab that liquidity from the downside and we start to form a support, we begin to break the current daily counts high, we're likely just going to take a big well, doesn't necessarily have to, but we're likely going to make a move to the upside anyway, enough to get to secure some profits. So we'll see on GJ. Still plenty of time though, 17 minutes left until the open. And gold, still around that, teetering around the support, so nothing, again, nothing yet on gold.
So I managed to have a couple of conversations yesterday regarding about rental issues.
Okay.
And I just managed to get in touch with the property manager that we've had an email from last week about regarding if I want to renew my contract with my rental here or anything like that. It might be the case I'm going to do that because if we spoke about this, how the housing market's a little bit of a struggle at the moment, especially for rental, and it's kind of like the cheapest solution as well. You're looking at they want me to pay £800 a month. That's per calendar month of rental.
Okay.
Of course, the previous payment I have been doing was about 695. So that's a huge bump of a difference.
Yeah.
That's because, of course, the condition of the economy, it shows itself. We are in a struggle, first of all. But secondly, this is going to be the cheapest option at the moment, unless I go back home, and then that's a different conversation to have.
Yeah. It's the same shit everywhere, man. With our warehouse as well. Our landlords just decide to up our lease, the rent on our lease, on a monthly basis by about 10%.
Yeah.
Which I can kind of understand, but it's a bit of a kick in the guts. But it is what it is. It's just how things are. People.
Yeah, I saw the news regarding about the housing price, the housing sales that was on the news that we had on the Forex factory yesterday, and apparently the news result was the housing prices have gone up to 4.8% in the States.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Okay. That's a big increase, isn't it?
Yeah, that's massive, man. There's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna struggle to find places. I'm gonna guarantee you on that.
Yeah, it's the same here. It really is. It's very difficult. Tough times, but it's just how it is. Everyone's in the same boat. Ghost Trader, how are you, brother? What I wanted to see on gold, what I was gonna say, I want to see this candle close back bearish, and then for the next M15 close back bullish, engulfing to close the M30 back bullish with that catalyst forming within the previous M15, and then I may have looked for a potential entry, but that's kind of been invalidated just now because I actually did close bullish. I mean, let's look at a different provider. No, it's bullish on that as well. So we're not going to have a great deal of margin, so I may not worry about the buys at this stage because it's still essentially at consolidation. To be honest, if it does, we can flip back bullish, close back bullish, and again, it just goes to show being patient saves you in this case, because it has spared you taking an impulse sell, and you'd be now licking your wounds had you done so. So you definitely learn a lot about that on stream. We set rules. We learn to sit and patiently wait for those 2%. That's when we react. We don't act out of emotions and what we think will happen. We react once candles have closed and printed. Ghost Try had a wee scalp sell this morning, got out pretty quick. Nice one. Yeah, so I'm just waiting now for London Open. And GJ, let's see, GJ still trying to push up. Would it provide a catalyst to the upside?
Remember when you said about GJ, that could have been just literally a liquidity grab. That just looks like what it was.
Yeah, potentially. That's why I don't trust that impulse, the initial impulse. It didn't even get 10 pips. It had you even taken it either way.
Well, if you took the upside...
Oh, if you took it from the upside, but...
Yeah, then that would have been like at least 10, 15 pips, but...
Yeah, but I mean, if you took it below to low, very risky. Very risky. But I was going to say, guys, so again, I say we just need to wait for another candle, but the same shit yesterday eventually presented. A lot of you switch off, and I understand a lot of you have things to do as well, so you have to go to work, or you got kids, or you got something going on in the background. But I do recommend definitely stick around till the end, because you just never know, guys. Sometimes, I think the last 2 trades have come right at the very death of the stream, right at the very end. So you have to stick around. No one knows when it's going to present. Doesn't necessarily present all the time as well, but we know when we do, we're likely got a really nice option to take an entry. High probability setup. That's what we look for. Need those likes to go up a bit more, guys. 37. First target's 50. I reckon I want at least 70, 75 to do a giveaway. This bloody manual is taking me forever, this course. So I put in a lot of effort. I don't just want to give it away for for something that's not worth it. You need to get those likes up for me. And one more thing, guys, I may, like, there's about a 20% chance that I might stream for NY. Maybe. I've got a lot to do in the meantime. It just depends how buggered I am. So once again, if you're not already following me, make sure to follow me on IG, because that's where you get the stream updates. The link to that is down in the description below, as is the link to all my social medias, different social media outlets. Twitter, I post a lot of chart markups at like so. I'll just show you. Posted in Asian session today, and I readjusted it, what I want to see after Asian session. Gold as well. So you get these sort of markups. So do follow me on Twitter, make sure to give me a follow, and also on TikTok, where I do post some educational content, and we'll be doing a lot more of moving forward. I was almost about to drop the Discord link in too. I need to test it out first. I need to properly test it out, because I've got some valuable information on there. Sorry, mate.
So you need to test it?
Yeah, I need to make sure I've got all the roles properly put in, so people can't just get into the course section and that.
Yeah.
Because that will mean that it's given away for nothing. So I think I give enough away for nothing right now.
I think you are able to, if I remember correctly, you can adjust the actual privacy.
Yeah, of course. The permissions, and I've done it, but I'm just not sure if I've done it all correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'll test it out, and once I'm comfortable and confident that it's all set up properly, I'll open it up.
Nice.
Tommy, like the stream for NY. Yeah, well that's a good one. I'm gonna set the bar high for that one, man, because I don't know how I feel, so I have to get to 100 for that one. If I get 100, I guarantee I'll do NY. How's that sound? Ghost traders, anyone use the UUP, US dollar bullish index fund? No idea. Very handy. Okay. very handy for, I would say, opposite to gold. This is an ETF, so I'm probably looking at the wrong one. Yeah, for gold. So they inversely correlate. Is that what you're saying? Franco, maybe some sales for GU, GJ, and gold at London Open. Yeah, potentially. Or gold anyway, potentially. 7.5 minutes left. If this candle closes as is and we get a nice strong upward form, then potentially the impulse entry will be there because we now have a stronger catalyst. We'll be closing right near the low. And I will trust that more. Otherwise, if we close below, even better. And if we close significantly below, I may look for a limit order. So there could be options on gold. GJ, yeah, maybe. If this candle closes as is, on a maybe a potential sell below the low of the current candle, forming a weak bullish candle. So it's forming a pause, forming a support below the previous support. The issue is, do you have the margin? Barely. But it could be an option. And GU, yeah, similar. Very similar. So at this stage, I favor gold. So I prefer to trade it, but wait and see. Go trade up. Okay. Yep, no worries. Shorts with Naksh. And where you can sell gold? Well, depending how this candle closes, probably below the low of the current candle. On the next though, I mean, some wait for this candle to close. That's what I'm doing. See where we're at, and then potentially on London Open as it breaks this candle's low, potentially. Go straight. I'll find GD to trade these days. It's been okay. I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, trading's been great in general. I think I've traded gold more than GJ, but GJ's just required a lot of patience. That's it. A lot of time I'll make a move without the confirmation, but that's fine. I don't get sucked into it. A lot of time I get spared taking a, like in this case, definitely would have closed in a loss had I taken an impulse entry. So I think it just comes with experience, knowing what it does and not to jump too early. Let it show you where it wants to move and then pick up the pieces. Okay, try looking for $6 sell here in gold with one $5 stop loss. Okay. Yep. I could be looking at similar. Stop loss would probably be above the high of what will be the previous 30, the current 30. Potential entry below the low. So I'm just gonna get it lined up just in case. Whoop, press break even. I don't have a trade open, so wrong button. Open calc. That's it. So the low of the current 30, because that is lowest point for support, this level. So the low is 232431. So I want to enter just below it potentially. So what I'm doing right now is I just got a horizontal marked in at 2324.15. For a potential pending order, I just need to press the button to open the trade to set the pending order, but I'm not doing so just yet. I want to see how this candle closes. Goes trade. I prefer gold and AUD these days. GJ annoys me. Yeah, AUD has been trending quite nicely, down, up and down. So yeah, nice one. Making a bit of a pullback. So I really want to see gold close strong. If not below, right near the low. I don't want to close as is. I'm not going to be comfortable with selling it if that's the case. It could just, again, could just be a pause. It could be a reversal signal. This candle closes at its open. Well, we can arc direction. If it begins to pop above it, it could head up. GJ flipping, so I'd rather if GJ actually closed back weak bullish. It makes a move just now. Likely not going to have the margin. GU. Similar in GU. It still would make sense. It doesn't need... The thing is, what's likely to happen at the open is... It would just melt. Because what you've essentially done within this week, you're rejecting that zone of support. You've popped above it. You've grabbed liquidity from that upside. Now, if you close near your low, what is likely to happen at the open is you've grabbed that liquidity and within the previous candle, it's likely just to drop. May give you a tiny upper wick, may not, and likely to make the move. So it's whether or not you're comfortable taking that option. And if you have the margin to do so, that's the other thing you need to consider. So I'm just going to watch gold. Ghost Trader, what I see on weekly gold chart is bottom wick created liquidity, which will need covered. It's tricky buys, I guarantee. Yeah, well, I agree about... I still think there's potential for more downwards momentum or move to the downside at this stage. But having said that, I don't just trade what I feel or think will happen. I still wait for my confirmation, and right now I don't have it. Could even be cheeky buys, but it's just not the cleanest area with very little margin. I mean, could it be GJ then? Because gold looks like it's not gonna present. Buyers have slowed down, but it's going to go up before going down, vice versa. I'd wait for sellers preferably. Yeah, potentially. That's what it looks like it might be trying to do. Maybe it needs to tap into 233.4 roughly. Grab that, just that bit more liquidity, and then potentially head back down. So it's a strong level. It's a level I want to see price respect to look for sellers. So we've got 40 seconds until London Open. Not quite ready for me on gold. Potential buys. Potential buys, but a very, very short-term buy. I'd be in and out quickly. I'd get to break even quickly. Your option is buy it as it breaks the high of this candle. What you've done is you've pulled back into the range below, you've rejected it, you're placing back above it. If it begins to break, it's likely just to head up. But it'd be a very short-lived scalp. That's all I'd say, because I'm still in favor of the sells. It's a small low wick, and that could be your option. GJ, it's just melting. Yeah, not comfortable with that. No way. How about GU? Yeah, so it's doing what I mentioned it could just do. Pop down before doing anything else. So gold, what I'm likely to do is just wait. I just want to wait and see. Wait for more closures. Wait to see if we do begin to drop below support. There is no stress. There is no hurry. Exact same shit as always, guys. We don't know when, but if we wait patiently, we're likely to get an optimal or a quality entry anyway. Franco, Ghost Trader, you have that same nice one, same price area. Franco, looking for GU sells, creating an upper wick, and then yep, lows pre 730. So now what you need to do on GU is wait for it to, okay, yep, wait for it to pull back, create the upper wick, and if it breaks zone low again, I think it'd be an even more probable entry just now. It's popped down, broke below the previous, so really now it has no need to pull back up if it was to continue bearish. But seeing it has, and it's creating its upper wick, and if it rejects this previous support and it starts to pull back and break its own low, likely it's just grab some liquidity at the open from that zone, breaks its own low, it's a high probability entry that will continue to the downside. The GJ is just, there is no margin, it's just a mess at the moment. Just need to be patient with it. And gold, I'm not taking an impulse entry. The way that candle closed. And it's just me following my plan, following my rules. not trading with any emotion whatsoever. So simple. Ghost Rider, gold being paid as usual. Yeah, just needs patience. You know it. As much as we like to be involved in a trade, it doesn't always present. So we wait. But I mean, for those of you who've been regular on the stream since I started, in the last few weeks, you've seen I've been taking quite a lot of trades. I've been taking, I mean, 2 trades a session on quite a lot of the stream. So it's not like I haven't taken trades. I just wait. I don't know when it might eventuate. And right now, I'm not interested in the impulse on gold. No upper wick. Again, doesn't necessarily need to, but there is a probability, seeing it's London Open, that it could eventually pull back up and create that upper wick. So I'm just waiting. Now waiting for a 15-minute closure, see where we're at. Ghost Trader. It sinks people enter and then it screws them. Yep, we all know this all too well. We do. They just watch this for the beginning. It does. It does, because they see this thing dropping and oh shit, alright, I'm just going to sell it. And it may make the move. We don't know. It's still open. But with experience, you know that it could tear you a new hole. It literally could. We pull back up and end up back at the top of the resistance. So I'm not having any of this. I am patiently waiting. And once again, if it does make the move, I just reassess. I know it could be potential buys from this support or sellers if it does pull back to retest this zone. So simple. So simple. I think people overcomplicate trading at times, or most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah, they, instead of sticking to the plan, they see things move and they think, how do I get involved? All right, stuff it. I'm just gonna buy. I'm just gonna sell it.
As soon as they impulse a trade, then they know they're only here for the short time and not for the long time. And that short time, it can rectify you really badly.
Yeah, 100%. Ghost Trader, one come for candle. People are getting trigger happy. I know, brother. It happens, but I'm used to it and it's all good. Franco, all right. Yep, I like it. I like GU. GU's the best of the bunch. So hopefully it makes the move for you. And it really should. I mean, all you've got is this wick now to the 15-minute support, but you've just broken it. So yeah, it's looking good. We'll see. Hang on, that looks broken it on the 15, but when you're looking at 30, that's must be daily close, I think. That's weird. It's a lot of, well, it's breaking now anyway. Yeah, it's a really nice entry. Ghost Trader, greed and ego, not wanting to be wrong. Yep. Not accepting that the markets can humble you and you're not always going to be right. I say this to many people contact me. They say how they've won their account again or they've passed the challenge only to blow it. Often because they maybe took the first trade on as a loss and then they had to get it back and they just dig themselves a deeper hole and there's no coming back. It frustrates me because I want people to realize their mistakes and improve. It takes time. It took me time. It takes everyone time. Some less than others. But you need to get to a point where you just fed up with it, get sick of your own stupidity on the charts. That's what you need to do.
Problem is, sometimes you have to ask yourself, when is enough to get yourself into the point where you go take a grip and you go realize, all right, reality is slapping me in the face time and time again. So you might as well just actually start accepting that you need to change your behavior, change your patterns, and change everything and go back to square one.
Yep. True. People can't accept that though.
No.
Franco, you don't have that wick on my chart? Oh, okay. Must be something to do with the daily. I'm pretty sure it's the closure of yesterday's candle. So this is all good. I now have options, potential options if gold closes below. Like I mentioned before, if this on the 15th, this closes strong bearish below, I potentially could look for a limit order back at the low of this zone. Or back at that bullish candle's low. That is the pause within 2 solid bearish candles. That could be my next option. Just reassess as candles print.
It does look very nice at the moment.
Yep, potentially. But yeah, I'm waiting at least 7 minutes before I react.
Yeah.
Ghost Trader to take risky trades, but no, I'm scalping. As long as you know what you're doing. Lately, I prefer more probable longer trades. Fair enough. Sam, I'm in sell from GJ 192.60. Will it drop? You're in a sell from 192.60. Where was your stop loss if you're still in it? I'm assuming you're in from higher up. I think you may have made a mistake with your entry. Well, I'd be targeting 192.650 around that level. And really, if it is to continue bearish, it should not need to pull back into that consolidation. So I'd probably just have my stop loss above that previous M30. Should be safe at that point there. And you'd be well on your merry way just now.
She's going. She is going very slowly.
Yep. GJ wasn't that bad yet. Could have been a potential entry in the 15, potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, chose to focus on gold. It's all good.
Yeah.
You're gonna scalp sell? Let's try. Okay. Yeah, my entry was. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'd be looking at 650. You almost tapped into support. I'd be just looking for it to tap into the support. Go show, nice one. Franco, I'm out. 1% profit. There you go. Perfect. Nice work. There we go. We called it. We definitely called it. It's a team. That's teamwork then. Franco said he's looking at it. Told you what I want to see. Pop down, pop back up, creates up a wick, but breaks on low again. It's going to drop, and that's what it's done. So,
yeah,
I love that. When that scenario plays out, I'm all over it every single day of the week. I will take it every single time. So, again, guys, you learn. Bloody dog. You learn a lot from these streams, so you hope you're paying attention, because you could be getting potential entries. You could also, once you go away from the stream, be taking trades for yourself. High probability setups, so.
And I'm out as well. That was 25 pips, so that's not too bad.
Nice one. Yeah, I'm still waiting, guys. For me, I've got nothing.
No, I'm pretty much done. I hit my target. Because I'm on small account, of course, I've got to have a realistic target as well. So once that's done, I'm done.
Fair enough. Franco, thank you to my coach. It's a pleasure, my friend. Franco he's been killing it. The improvement is unbelievable. You know it too. How much you tell, I mean, you can say yourself, you can tell the viewers how much more comfortable and confident are you now in the charts from when I first started with you. And you've had background with one of the biggest groups out there. The OG that everyone thinks is an absolute master, but knows sweet FA in my opinion. Ghost Trader, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh god.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. And Franco, you tell him since when have you learnt the most? I think I'm allowed to be, Talking myself up in this occasion. You said it, Ghost Trader. Because I actually give a shit, and I do help everyone I coach. I really give a shit. You ask Franco, contact daily after each session. I ask to see charts. I send charts as well. I want to know what went on. I critique every single trade. So I don't know. I think I'm a much better mentor. Much better than what he would ever be. JJ? Dropping?
See, I don't know who this is referred to, but at least I can vouch that you're a better coach.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't even... Josh and I we've only met through IG, so I don't actually coach Josh at all, but we keep in contact. Same with Sean. Sean, you contact me daily on IG. I always advise. He asks me, he sends me his results and that. I give him my opinion. I just want to see him do well. Thanks for the sub. Because I know you struggle with trading emotions and that, so I just try to give you some little tips. What I recommend you should be doing. Right now, GJ is melting. Not give a shit. Would not care less that I'm not in this. It's all good.
Wow.
My focus is gold.
Yeah.
3 minutes to wait for this 15. I want it to close strong. I don't want it to pull back now. It has to close strong and significantly below the support. Now, GJ, all this does is it means we're potentially flipping structure on the M30. It also means this could be the next level where we need to wait and see how price reacts to. Is tapped into it. Are we going to form support at it to potentially buy it, or are we going to start to drop below it? Could we get a little pause within price action and look for that little interruption entry? Stephen Gregg, on what time frame do you guys enter? Look, the catalyst, the confirmation is generally the M30, but I will go down to the 15 to sometimes, or to add confluence and sometimes to execute based on it. But I usually prefer to wait for the 30. The 15 is about to close. Let's just watch it. It has to close quite significantly lower down. Let's measure it. Thank you for the subs. All right, that's not a bad closure. 8 pips or so. Oh no, 6 pips. Gold, it has to be more significant. It has to be 8 to 10 pips. I mention it regularly. And then I will look for the limit order. It's popped straight down anyway, so now we have to wait for the 30. No, I don't stress it. It's all good. Sam, nice one. Sean, you're in GU. 1.24408. Oh, nice one. Nice one, brother. Good work. Similar sort of level to Franco. Yeah. Looking good. So GJ's tapped in and bouncing off that level. Alright. So sometimes it makes the move within that same candle. That's all good. Gold. So now I'm waiting for the 30 for that pause play. Want to see which 30-minute closes, and then I might look for the exact same entry I was going to look for based on the 15. Exact same, just now on the 30-minute time frame. Ghost Trade, people can take my word for it that this is the only YouTube channel trading coach you need. I'm already a profitable trader for years and years. As I've always said, I'm here to support the real guy. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, my friend, for the kind words. I just try to keep it as real as I possibly can because I like to help people. Sean. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me have a look. It's confusing when you should have that red for me, man, so I know exactly what's what. But I can see what you mean. So you're in a sell from around this point here. Yep, breaking support. Using the 1 minute time frame, alright. Long as it's something that you know, tried, tested, that you trade regularly, then that's fine. Yeah, some more done. Didn't quite tap in on 15. That's all good. Your stop. I think your stop loss could have been... I would have my stop loss above the previous M30. Because once again, it's back above that support. If you were to continue bearish, you really have no need to, once again, pull back and break your high. Let alone break above that support yet again. So that's where your stop loss should have been.
I probably would have set my stop loss at 23.25 on gold.
Gold.
If we was taking the sell at this point, I mean.
Oh, as far as the 15.
Yeah, is it 15? Yeah, like 15 or 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a bit more clearer. You can get a little bit of an idea where you can set it if you want to put like.
Yeah, there on the 5 minute.
But yeah, like 15 minutes roughly, I guess, would be the right answer.
Yep. Ghost Rider, respects real. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Should have been 5, sorry, not the 1. Oh, okay. Ghost Rider will talk to you on IG about course I want to buy and gift it to someone I know struggling with trading. I'm not a good coach, so best able to learn from you. I'll just stick to being a ghost. All good, brother. All good. Franco, I learned a lot from Justin, how to mark up charts correct, finding the right zones for rejection and continuation. And again, getting a lot of patience is the key. Thank you, my friend. Definitely been working hard on it, and the results are really showing. Really showing. And also, one other thing discipline you mentioned, but how we don't always need to be involved in markets. We need to, and this all comes back, relates to discipline. Less is more. Sometimes we're going to get 2 or 3 trades a day. Sometimes we're going to get 1. Sometimes we're going to get 0. So it's a matter of waiting for the plan to eventuate. If it does, then you react. If not, it's fine to have a non-trading day. Absolutely fine. Well, yes, I'm watching you, mate, second day, but I start to like you, how you trade, and trying to learn more. Keep going. Appreciate you, my friend. What's Naz up to? Alright, Naz is breaking his support. But look at that, constant rejection. So that's why I say wait, because had you taken an impulse entry, you'd be feeling pretty sorry for yourself, because maybe you would have closed it by now. Now it's making a move, but you need to accept the fact. You need to be comfortable accepting the fact sometimes you may not take your move because you're waiting for the closure. It's not going to give you a closure, so it's going to go without you. But having said that, you're going to see it pull back. If you would have taken impulse entry and you spared a loss, you feel so much better for it. And you know, there could be potential entries moving forward. On NAS, what I want to see is, really I'd like to see is 15-minute close strong now. Just plan ahead. Closes roughly like so, and then you have the next 15 closing weak bullish. You still got the 30-minute prior to it closing bearish. That's been the case. So this is the closure of the 30-minute. It's 15-minute candle. So this is going to be the two 15-minute candles, which equals 130. Let's draw it in. That's the 30-minute. That's the two 15-minute candles within it. The next candle opens up. First 15-minute candle's a weak bullish candle. Similar to gold yesterday, the trade right at the end of the stream. And then you look to take a sell as price begins to break that pause, that minor support. And you create a lower high, lower low on the M30 time frame to the previous bearish candle. So you're using different candle probabilities inside. You use many different confluences as well. And that's what you could potentially look for. And if it flips and goes back bullish, you know there could be buys later on above the high. Game of patience.
It looks like it's gonna flip back up, gold.
Yeah, potentially, but all good. Just waiting patiently now. 7 minutes for the closure. If the close is strong, I'm gonna set a sell limit order. If it doesn't, I wait. I just wait again.
Yeah.
15 might close bullish, and if that's to be the case, then what I've seen is very simple. What I'll be waiting for in the next candle is just this. If this happens on the next 15-minute candle, then I'm selling it. In the second 15-minute candle, the next M30. Very simple. Not jumping in on impulse or anything. I'm just creating some rules as to what I want to see. So simple. And you'd be surprised. You can say, oh yeah, but what's the chances? Yeah, maybe slim, but you'd be surprised if you wait patiently. I mean, you'll nearly get that option once a day. I'm talking about while you're actually sat there on the chart. You'll get it plenty of times a day if you sat there for 24 hours.
But the thing is, the more you stay longer on the charts, the more urge you're going to have inside you to want to take a trade, even if
yeah, exactly.
Closely.
100%.
And this is the thing where many people set a boundary where they only stay on the charts for at least like a time frame, like only the London session.
Yeah, that's fine.
Off at New York and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Because if you sat there, like you see, you're more likely to try to find something because you feel justified after sitting there for 7-8 hours a day.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst thing you can do. Sit there for so long. But yesterday was when I was watching the charts, I was waiting for NY. I had a session during NY.
Yeah.
I was watching basketball replay. I didn't know the score of it. I was sitting there, I took my trade when it came. Just chill, not just sat there constantly trying to find a trade. I know exactly what level I want to get involved. Price is at it. I just had to wait and then sit back, let it do its thing. You're at break even. You can just chill.
Yeah. No, it's always good to have some form of distraction to keep you going instead of keeping yourself distracted on the charts. Like if you set like alarms on your setups, then you know that it's going to be either hit to one Pacific, like on the upside, or the other Pacific on the downside.
Yep.
And you know, your patience then is very rewarding because you didn't jump into anything. You waited for like an alarm to give you a confirmation to say that's actually here. Now you can wait for like another, I don't know, 5 minutes to see if anything does happen with a right confirmation.
Correct. Yep, I agree. Takes discipline though to actually follow through on that. Sean, do I think? I mean, thinking is not going to make it much difference. It could, but it doesn't have to. It's at support right now, so could bounce off it. So if I were you, I definitely would have secured something. I'd be at break even for sure. Don't be greedy. I know you've got targets with, you know, challenges and that, but take what you can because you're at support. Don't just think, oh, it's going to break through it. You don't know. At this stage, it's bouncing off it. So manage your trade. That's what I would suggest. What I missed? Ghost trader, mental discipline, consistency, show up, MDC trading. Franco was the best decision to buy your course. It's not only a course, it's a great support, and for me also a truly friendship. That's it. That's the thing. I've become mates with everyone I coach. Really good mates. I mean, we catch up basically weekly for a session. Have a chat about things, and it's not just trading as well. We have a general chat. So I would love to one day to meet, you know, you guys, the rest of you. You know who you are exactly. I appreciate you guys, the support you give me, and the trust you give me to help you become more competent traders. So absolute pleasure. Phil, good morning. What you think about EU? News 11 AM. Yeah, so it's minor news, not high impact. Let me look at EU. I was just wanting to measure in GJ margin down to lows, but there's nothing again. 2 minutes until the candle closure, so keep an eye on gold. Alright, so the EU's dropped below support. Structurally, it's still bullish actually until it closes below 106.60. So in EU, it's got some pretty clean track to left. Is there any minor support yet again? I mean, could continue upon continuation next candle, but it's already made a bit of a move. So this is good. What it's doing right now is forming a minor support in 15. If it closes as is, closes a weak bullish candle, and it could provide potential sell options on the next candle. Reason being is the 30 minutes still closed back bearish. Got a minor pause. If we are to respect this pause and head back up, there is no need to break the low of it. If you begin to break the low of it, to have a clean sharp candle here to the left, there's a good chance it could fill most of that candle, head back down to the support here. If you got the margin, which you do, 106.70, I feel that's a pretty good option to look for a sell. That's just a quick look, my quick opinion on EU. Let me get back to gold. All right, so I'm watching the 30 now. Nice strong closure at the moment. So what I am currently doing is I'm looking to see what the low of that bullish candle in the previous M30 is. 23, 24, 31 on IC markets. And that's where I could be placing a pending order with stop loss just back above that zone. Tommy Jordan, good day, brother. Just noticed you're in there. Hope you're well.
Well, good morning, mate. How are we?
Very good, very good. Been a while, mate. You've been a busy man.
Oh yeah, mate. I've been working in the mornings. I was on a stag do end of last week.
Oh, okay, that'll do.
Still recovering.
Could imagine. A big one then.
Oh, mate, yeah. 4 days on a session is
too
much for me.
Imagine. Been a long time since I've been on one of those.
Yeah. I realised I used to be able to do it a lot more when I was 17, 18, but start getting a little bit older and your body takes a little while to recover.
Come on, mate. How old are you?
29 now.
Oh, pull the other one. 29. Mate, honestly, you're talking about taking time to recover.
I used to be able to get in at like 4 o'clock in the morning and like I could back out again at lunchtime straight on, but
yeah,
2 or 3 days to recover now, mate.
Yeah. No, look, it's the same for me. Obviously a little bit older. All right, so I'm seeing a pending sell limit order. But I don't want this candle to flip again. If it flips again, I'm going to remove it. I'm just going to fix my stop loss because I've not got it in the right place. So my stop loss, well, my entry at this stage is 23.24.31. That's the limit order. With my stop loss at 23.27.35. So this is what I'm looking at, not in it. Wrong way around. Are you in any trades, Tommy, or just chilling?
Nothing as of yet, mate. I'm looking at EU, but it's not ticked all the boxes for me yet, so I'm just gonna wait for that.
Yep.
I do like gold though. Gold is getting my attention as well.
Okay, for a sell.
For the sell, I'm just looking at like it's a bit of a 15-minute level that I'm just sort of looking at. I just want to see how it sort of reacts at this level. That would be like basically yeah, on this 15, I probably want to be, if you, yeah, just sort of a little bit up. What was it, like 1.5?
232.
So just a little. I can annotate, can't I? Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Like it's more sort of this level. I'd probably be BE by the time it gets to that level, just in case you sort of react from it.
Okay.
Sort of if we do get the entry.
Yep. So CME, it's pushing up nicely now.
Hmm.
How's the trading been? Oh, we haven't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
been.
been good, mate.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess this week's not been too bad. I had a win yesterday on GU.
Nice one.
Yeah, got some buys just after we sort of pushed up at NY time.
Yep.
But I closed a lot earlier than I should have done.
So it happens, man.
Yeah.
I got best part of 50 on gold yesterday, and then came back to entry and then flew another 120 pips. So that's all part
Happens
of
to
it.
the best of us.
That's it. It's getting close to entry. Getting close. Let's see. So I like this. Vil, no problem. Yonin, does gold go up for top wick? Well, it's doing so right now. I'm planning getting involved as it creates that up wick. Come on, bro. 38, mate. I'm 42. Still got a few years on you as well. 2, 3, 1, 6-ish for gold. Yeah, I think it could come down to that. See if it's going to trigger me in. Very close. Oh, so close. Just waiting for the little man to light up. 31 in.
No, I'm sitting out on this one. I already hit my target, so I'm just.
Nice one. So the hourly's also pulling back, so that's going to take more wanting to get triggered in anticipation, and it's going to pull back, tag me in, and drop again. Ghost Trader, you're in. Nice one. It may go without me. Feel good if it does. What's GJ up to? Yeah, GJ is not for me at the moment. Ew, wow, nice move. Really nice move.
Magic keys never want to work nowadays.
What's that? Magic keys?
Yeah, open calc won't work. Won't put the lines on.
Oh, I hate when that shit happens, man. I spilt coffee on mine before the stream. I thought, oh no, here we go. But luckily they still work. Ghost Trader 23.9. Oh, okay, so you, yeah, just a little bit lower down from where. And look at this, so the analysis again could be correct. Because if I got triggered in, I'd definitely be breaking by now, because you'd have like 13, 14 pips on the table. It came within a whisker. Some of you may have been triggered in. Christopher, you're looking for a buy? Still plenty of liquidity up there. Okay. Stick to your plan. You're scalping this though? Yeah, as what I would have been. But it's all good. If this thing drops much lower, I'm just going to have to remove the order. But you guys can see the analysis when you see it playing out, you see it working, even though it may not have just been triggered in, but still. This was that was the exact same entry I took yesterday on a 5-minute play. I used it on a 5-minute yesterday, Tommy, and it worked an absolute treat.
Nice, mate.
Yesterday at just here, right there, right here.
Yeah, nice.
Absolute
wow.
perfect. Tapped in, I had like half a pip drawdown, and it just absolutely sank. I had my TP for that support, and it melted straight through it.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm really liking that entry.
I haven't done so much testing on the 5, but
Nah.
I guess it's a lot quicker, right? If it's only a 5-minute candle, you've got to
Well, you got more options,
look
don't you?
at. Yeah.
The one thing I don't like about this is it got so close and it's now pulled down to a point where I would be at break even. So if it comes closer to 15, then what I may look for is to see the strength of the 15-minute candle. And if it closes weak bullish, there could be options on the next M15 as it creates a lower high, lower low to the previous M30. Breaking a minor pause on the 15. So there still could be options. But the limit what I'd really take it, place in anticipation is going to trigger me in usually in the first 5 minutes off the new candle. It's going to wick up with the volume still there, reject that level that I'm trying to get triggered in at, and then just continue in line with the actual original direction of the move, which is obviously down. Ghost try lot, yeah, man. Would have been nice. Still happy to leave after $2. Yep, I don't blame you. RR gold. If we don't break this zone, it could push up. Yeah, it definitely could push up. I mean, could do anything. Just need to patiently wait. Alrighty, guys, hit the like button a bit more. We've still got 50 likes to go until a guaranteed MY session. Otherwise, it's low probability. Thank you for the sub. You still got your order in, Tommy?
Yeah, I've still got mine in, mate. If it gets to, I think 41, 42, then I'm going to cancel it.
41.
Sorry, I mean like time. Like it's 8:41, 8:42.
Yeah, I agree. Last few
Literally
minutes.
two or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. You best to wait for the closure on the 15 then. Guys, try to speak soon. All good, brother. Thank you for joining. Hope to see you more regularly. Fabian, are you in a trade? No, just missed being triggered in. Still waiting. But I agree with Tommy. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes to trigger me in. If not, I'm going to remove it and wait for the closure of the 15 and then plan again. All right, talking about the 5 minute. Okay, yep, but it's still got this resistance. Previous level of support, which could act as resistance. So close. Just out of curiosity, if I did stream for MY, would anyone actually watch?
Yeah, I'll be around. Hopefully, I don't have any plans, so I'll be around in the afternoon for sure.
Okay.
What time are you thinking of coming on?
Well, probably about an hour before the open, or 30 minutes before. So what's that? What time's MY open for you guys these days? Is it 1?
2:30 GMT time.
Oh, really?
Oh, you mean MY open or NYC?
No, I'm talking about the currency open, not NYC.
I think it's 12, top of my head. So 12, so
12:30 if you're doing pre New York market open. Otherwise, it'd be like 2:30 for the actual open.
No, it can't be, man. It'd be the whole hour. I'm pretty sure it's 1 because 10 a.m. for you is 7 p.m. my time. Yeah, so it's 1. And it's 10 p.m. my time, so that's 1 p.m. for you guys.
It's something like that.
All right, I'm removing the order, by the way, guys. I'm waiting for the 15 to close. And it could be a sell off the rip, so be prepared. What I'm doing now is just marking in potential entry point for a sell, and that will be just a little bit below the bullish candle's low. So the lowest point is 23.2185 on my broker. I'd be looking at potentially 23.2170 roughly.
It looks like it is gonna rip, so
It's trying to.
It's the matter of waiting, really, isn't it?
Trying to, but if it flips again, my rule is to wait for a weak bullish pause. If it doesn't give me that, I'm just gonna let it go.
I'm just looking at the 1 minute time frame, and I know people don't look at it that way because of their rules, but it just looks possible.
It does.
A pause at 1 minute compared to 5 or 15, and it
looks like it's gonna flip. Once again, the analysis is perfect. The analysis is really good. Just missed the entry. That's all good. Fabian, you would. Nice one. Christopher, you as well. Nice one. You're on the same time zone as me, so Sean, you would be at work. All good, brother. Polius, 1 p.m. UK time. Vil. Is it Ville or Vil? I'm not sure how you're going to tell me which one is either way. Is it the Vil or Vil? So Vil is yes. So Vil A. 3 p.m. Estonia. Okay. Ville. Okay, nice one. Alright, I want this to close back bullish. And the entry could still be there, so I can call for you guys, but I'm sticking to my rules, my plan. I'm not going to take it. What you'd be looking at is stop loss above. I would have my stop loss above. I'd have it above the current candle. And look to execute a sell on the following M15. Doesn't really need to create an upward though. But my plan was to wait for a pause. Don't have it. Not closing strong enough below the 5 minutes to look for that tap in. What? We got the wrong pair.
Then you 1-to-1.
It is closing below the 5 quite significantly. But it's melted instantly. And that's what I expect it to do when you have a candle closed out like that. It's likely to pop down before popping back up. Sometimes it'll pop down, give you 10 pips. Sometimes it'll pop down a pip or two, then pop back up. Honing in on potential entries, but it's just not giving me what I want. So the riskiest entry right now is a limit sell at the low of that bullish candle. I would go very, very low risk if you were to consider it. Because it is really risky. I have not tested it on the 5 minute. I took it yesterday because the momentum was there at the time. And I know it was there because we had a nice clean move down. We're not trending as much as we were yesterday at this point. So it's harder to trust it. And once again, it's done the exact same shit as the potential previous entry. It's gotten close to tapping into it and it's now rejecting. What are you looking at, Tommy?
Nothing as of now. I'm going to paper this 5 minute one just to see how this goes. But
yeah, fair enough.
If it does get the tap back, but
no, it's going
yeah,
now anyway.
That was my entry, mate. I would have got it.
Yep. Fair enough. So close, man. This came within a whisker of being triggered in. And look what it did. Just melted. Is what it is.
I'm just looking at mine to see if that spread would actually tap me in. 9 times out of 10, it
does.
It goes in your favour when it wants to, and then it doesn't when it doesn't, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's true, man. I've had times where I've looked at like, how did I not get tagged in? And there's times, like you said, where you wish you weren't tagged in, and it does. So, you know, it's all part of it.
Yeah, sometimes it's like it tags you in. It doesn't tag you in when you want it to, and then sometimes it tags you out, and it's like that was miles away. How did you like?
Yeah,
And it flips and goes the right way.
definitely. All part of it. Or GU cells, which we did. Yeah, yesterday was cracking day for gold. Absolute cracker. Emil, hello from Denmark. Hello to you. John, prior candle close was a sell signal for scalp by Morals. Nice one. Well done if you took it. Perfect. That's why I always say what might not meet the rules in accordance to my playbook still might meet the rules in accordance to someone else's. So as long as you guys are reacting to that, by all means, I congratulate you. I'm more than happy to hear it. Me, I just quite didn't have my signal. It's because for me, I know from my experience, what I want to see, what gives me confidence and make me feel comfortable in executing a trade. And in that case, it was either for that tapping to that bullish wick, which it got so close to, but not quite, or a minor pause on the 15, the minor support, and then the entry as it breaks it. Unfortunately, didn't get that as well, but again, I don't jump in. It's all good. You there? Was there? Should I take entry sell gold now? If you like. It still look good to come down, but for me, again, I'm not getting involved right now. It did not stick the rules in accordance to my plan, so I'm not going to force my way in. GJ needs to come down. Go on, man.
I said, sorry, I was just trying to say, it looks like it's trying. You look at the 1 minute again, it's like, yes, there's a couple of wicks like rejecting, but it's trying to push down. But I think psychologically, there's a strong area between 23 and 21. I would be very cautious about taking a sell at this point.
Yeah, again, I agree. I would have wanted to be higher up or below to 15, which again just closed too low in the end. So either way,
just
not prepared for it. It's not my trade. I'm happy not to be in it.
No.
Ara always feels like it comes for me, take me out and consume without me. Does everyone feel the same? It happens, my friend, but again, it's all part of trading. So maybe it's something to do with your execution. Maybe you're getting in a little bit too early. So often it's just fine tuning things. It's a little tweak. And again, I've done that with some of the guys that I coach, ladies as well. And the difference is huge once we tweak things a little bit to create some rules. And often it's because they're jumping maybe a candle earlier than what I would be, and since we've tweaked it a little bit, the actual their results are so much better for it. So it's probably not much of a issue. I mean, it's something that could probably easily fixed. All right, what else we got? Belabi, hello from Algeria. Nice to have you here. How many likes have we got? 51. It's not enough. Not enough to guarantee an MY stream. Nuke button. We got our reason, stick to plan, that's it. W, we got our, yep, that's exactly right. You stick to your plan. If you agree with my plan, that's all good. Follow along. If you don't, that's all good. Fantastic to have you either way, and by all means, I hope you guys do well. So feel free to send your charts of what you guys are looking at as well. And I mean, more kudos to you if you actually do so and it plays out. You know, it's. But again, I hope we all do well. So I'm happy to hear when you guys are doing well. Sean, 23.08. I got in on gold. I've closed half and break even. Nice one. Nice one, brother. You don't know it's not finance advice, but please let me know what is the best entry possible now. Possible now? I mean, for me, there is none right now, in my opinion. But again, my opinion might differ from someone else's. So what the next best probably entry will be is wait for the 15 to close a weak bullish candle again, similar to what I mentioned before, and then look to enter as the next candle breaks the low of that pause candle. So once again, that's going to look like so. If it gives you the option, we will have to wait 7 minutes, and that could be your entry. Otherwise, what I would be doing is waiting to see what happens moving forward. If price comes back down to support at 23.18, look to buy it from that level, or if it pulls back to retest 23.24.50 and rejects, or potential sell. That, in my opinion, is your options right now. Getting involved at this level, I feel like you're getting involved a little bit too late. If you'd ask me, it's right in the middle, starting to get closer to the bottom third of the range. It's okay to miss a move, guys. It's all good. GJ is just trash at the moment. Steve, yep, so Tommy's just sent it. Who's there? Thanks for answering. All good. Emil, GU, 4 maybe. Yeah, we called nice GU sell earlier. Made the move already. I think it's out of support. I would be waiting again because it could bounce off it. So if it does begin to consolidate a little bit just now, then simply wait for it to close below the support, and then I'd start trusting you, and you got some clean traffic to the left as well. Otherwise, starting to consolidate these lows. If it starts to close above the consolidation, 124.380. As long as you got the margins at that point, then you can probably remove this zone and target whatever this low is. 125, 124.5. You may have the margin, maybe not. ARA is countering NAS from here to the open gap. To the downside, once again, what I mentioned before, NAS, look, it looks like it wants to break every time. It just pops back up. That's why I don't like these impulse entries when the markets aren't trending. When it's trending, it's a different story because you got the market moving direction. For instance, if this continued, you got a high low, well, you got a high low, higher high. If it pulls back again to grab more liquidity, it approaches that high volume, then likely it's going to make a nice clean move again, a nice clean impulse. But when it's just consolidating like this, and especially counter trend, counter to all the impulse to the upside, to me these breakouts or impulse entries, they're not as probable. You really need to wait for it to start trending again. Right, low, lower high, bit of volume, nice strong approach to the support, and then maybe the impulse later on. But right now it's just reckless, in my opinion, to take any impulse entry. Who's there? Thank you. All good, brother. Christopher, looks it's doing ping pong. You're waiting to pass any of the BSB, ABP on gold. Yeah, it should have made the move either way. So $83 viewers, so it's a good turnout. Please hit the like button. Sub as well, guys. So once again, I've noticed that at least 30% of you aren't subbed. I will be testing out the Discord shortly and opening that up at start of sometime around the start of May. And at the beginning, it's going to be for free. So Perry's.
What's that crypto channel in the Discord, Justin?
Yeah, I've got it there. Probably not going to comment much in it because yeah, my heart sinks when I think about crypto. It's just a given. I'm the best signal for when market's going to pump, and it's got nothing to do with TA when I sell. It's to do with needing some liquidity, needing some capital, needing some money for. Well, often it's maintenance on the home overseas. And every time I sell, it pumps. Without doubt, it pumps. The last two times.
Like your stop loss is my TP sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's true. I'm selling my bags for nothing, and everyone's buying them and just laughing all the way when I'm cashing in. I swear I sold Sol at about 30. I don't even want to know what it is now. It's about 180 or something probably. I got up.
What's that one?
I got up to over 200. Solana.
Oh, Solana, yeah.
You're gonna break my heart right now. Tell me.
No, mate. No, mate. To be honest, it's at 18 at the minute, so it looks like you've done the right thing.
Nah, I can't be at 18. Solana
USD, yeah.
Nah, you must be looking at the wrong thing.
Solana USD.
Nah, it's at 150, 157.
What have I got? Solana USD on Oh, maybe it's just FTX is the shit one to look at.
Yeah, it's 157. I got up to over 200. I cashed out Arweave at about $12. I think that got up to like 60 or 70 bucks. AVAX, similar. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be streaming right now, to be honest. I really don't think I would be. I'd be in Thailand, beat up at the beach, sipping on a beer. I don't really like the cocktails too much, especially over there. They make them way too sweet. The beers go down well in the hot weather. Charisma stream during MY session. Well, yet to be decided. But again, hit that little notification bell, and that's how you find out. So gold once again didn't close for that 15 support. It's just a slow trickle, and it is likely to move down. But I don't have what I want to see. So it's all good. You've got the hourly closure as well. Closed right at slow. There's no pause for me to sell it right now. So, did you get tagged in, Tommy, in that paper tray? Looks like you would have.
Yes. Yeah, on the paper trade I did, yeah.
Where was the entry? Was it?
I just tried it off that 5. Yeah, literally on that tap there.
Okay. So you would have had about 13 pips on the table or something.
So stop loss was 23. Yeah, about 12.
Yeah, nice one. So at least you can see it's a good way while we wait for a setup. There's no harm in testing something out.
I mean, Euro USD buys.
Oh, okay, yep. Off the little reversal candle, doji candle.
Yeah, just like a little bit of 5 as well. Like 5 sort of created a support, it then broke it to then come and then sort of break those sort of little bit of structures high. I'm just sort of trying something new. Yeah.
Okay.
Just on EU at the minute, but we'll see how it goes.
Nice one. Yeah, it's looking looking good. It's created. It's still with the structure as well. Still bullish on the M30. Weekly's forming strong bullish. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good option. How did GJ close? Yeah, it's just ping-ponging around now. Not much we can do on GJ. Lucas, Justin, I have the same feeling with crypto, mate, after losing on... Oh, man. I feel for you. I'm sorry, my friend. It's giving me... Yeah, PTSD. I don't blame you, man. That's tough. I remember watching that thing shit the bed, thinking, what the hell is going on here? It went from the hottest thing in crypto to literally within hours being back down like 80 or 90% or something. It was a rug pull, wasn't it? No, well, not necessarily. I don't know if it was by... What's the guy's name again? The Korean guy? I think it was just people out to get him, from what I understand of it. Trying to call his bluff, because I think he said that Luna was going to be the #1 crypto or something like that, or second behind Bitcoin or whatever. I think the guy got a little bit ahead of himself, and yeah, Dokkan, that's it. And he was made example of. I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe it was all his, wrongdoing, but has he actually been caught? Is he in prison? I know FTX dude is, Sam Bankman-Fried or whatever. That guy seems like a real dick. He seems like just a dickhead, that guy. He's in jail? Oh, okay. It's hard, man. I mean, you hear some of the stories, like, people knocking on his hotel room door or whatever, and he wasn't there, and I think they threatened to kill his wife and kid. That's hard, man. That's really hard. Gold dropping again. Makes sense, but again, it's just not my signal. The moves had spinning higher up, and unfortunately, just quite didn't get my entry. The 15 would have worked, but again, I have rules that close 6 pips below. I've always said on gold, I want it to be minimum around 7 or 8, usually around 8 to 10 minimum closure below for me to look for that limit order entry. That closed 6 pips, so it's not quite enough. On GJ it is. GJ I've always said between about 5 and 7 is sufficient. But again, nonetheless, good to see the analysis was correct. Am I bothered? Absolutely not one bit. And I like what GJ is doing right now. I really like it. It's former resistance back of that previous support. So if we are continued bearish, then we should not break above it. If we do so, we have a clean candle down. We start popping above it, close above it, tap in, then we're likely going to get a nice push back up. I think GJ is looking a little bit better for later on though, not for right now. And that could be potentially on the new 4-hour candle. So this one looks like it's going to close strong bearish. What could happen is the new candle, and it doesn't mean the new candle is going to just close back bullish, but no one knows. But what it could do is it could either create a bit of low wick, start popping above that support, and then you could look for that option, or it could create its upper wick, pop back down to retest that support, then make the move for you, and then maybe that will be the upper wick for the new 4-hour, and who knows from there if it's going to come back down or continue bullish. So see how I'm just visualizing things as to what could happen. Again, doesn't mean I'm taking any trade because I think it could go up. I'm just waiting. SEC seeking 5.3 billion fine. Oof. And that would make it difficult to sleep for me at night, that's for sure.
Alright, Justin, I'm gonna dip out.
All good, man.
And if I do see you later today, I will jump on. If not,
all good.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, all good. No worries, mate. No worries. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I'll let you know on IG as well if I plan on streaming.
Well, I don't have Instagram anymore, so
okay.
I'll just keep my eyes open anyway.
I'll chat to you at some point. We'll have to maybe send me an email organize WhatsApp or something.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'll keep an eye for today just in case, and if not, I will again come back tomorrow.
All
and,
good.
You know. All right.
No worries, mate. Go well. Have a good
Have
one.
a good day.
Cheers, bro.
Take care, Josh.
See you there, guys.
Ara, he liquidated 19 billion from COVID prints. Oof. It's asking for Pasco. Oh, really? Yeah, to be honest, Steve, I'm probably gonna head off myself soon, so maybe let's wait for keep it for another time. Apologies, mate, but I'm not gonna get anything right now on gold. And GJ, I mean, the 30-minute could provide, but I don't want to get off. Got 2 coaching sessions before MY, but I was to stream MY, so I need to go have dinner for it. To my Japanese friend. Oh, my gold. I'm pretty, that is Japanese, isn't it? Sure it is. Yeah. It's Japanese. Love Japanese. Best food in the world. Yeah, it's dropping, but that's all good. So close, once again, so close. Trying to fine tune the entry, and sometimes it will go without you, but that's all good. I'm really, really strict, guys. I think you've noticed I'm really, really strict, and I do not worry at all if I don't get my entry. It's all sweet, it's all good. Steve, no worries, mate. Was just trying to talk about the gold entry. I've been finding with these entries that it's a zone. I get better results by splitting my trade into 2 or 3. Oh, okay. And buy levels. Well, if you want to jump on for 5 minutes or so, I don't mind, brother. I can resend it. So I get a little early. I get you. So you sort of, you're layering into it. Well, there you go, Steve. If you want to quickly jump on. I don't mind waiting around for like 5-10 minutes or so.
Hello, mate.
Oh, and Steve.
There he
Hello.
is. How are you, brother?
How we doing?
Fantastic. Long time?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you two all good? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, really good, man. Yeah, are you listening? You're listening, obviously, through Zoom, aren't you? Sounds like you might be on a slight delay.
Yeah, I'm through on Zoom now.
Oh, that's fine.
Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got you.
Good, good. Yeah, I've just got a new mic, so I don't know if it's all working okay or not.
Oh, you sound like a bloody, like a pilot.
A
or
champion.
Something. Yeah, you're a champion.
Sound like you
of
sit
course.
next to me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, mate. Yeah, so the floor is yours. What do you have to
Yeah,
add
look,
to that
well,
entry?
I've just, in regards to that, I love those retrace sort of trades where it goes back up into that zone. But I just find that when I trade those, because it is like a zone area, and usually we're right or I'm right in the direction, but I'm not always right as far as timing
Yeah.
or the exact price. So
Yeah.
that's why I've just found I'm getting better success if I split the trade into 2 or 3 trades and layer it in a bit. So I get in
Okay.
one trade a little bit early, then my next trade would be where the actual ideal point is, and then I might leave a little bit higher up
Oh, okay.
just to spread the risk. And then if my early one gets in and then it goes, then at least I'm in with a little bit, and
Yep.
I'm making some money. So on that trade I did get in with a third of my trade,
All right. So,
and I made a little bit.
Yep.
So not the full amount, but at least I'm in it.
Oh yeah. So what you're saying? So what Steve's saying? So we know the ideal entry is back at the low of that bullish candle, but from what you've seen, what you've tested, that you take your first entry maybe halfway in from the closure to that point where you want to get involved, and then your second entry is at the ideal point, and then you keep a little bit more, or in case price pops up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So
Also, if I'm watching it and I'm starting to see a reaction there, So if price is starting to slow, if the movement up is starting to slow down, or I'm starting to see a little bit of rejections on the smaller time frames, then at that point I might go in now with a, it isn't in the exact perfect spot or the perfect price, but I'm starting to see the reaction I'm looking for. So therefore, I'm just going to go in at half risk or third risk and get in a bit early. So I've already got I've got a little bit in there.
Okay.
Because I'm expecting it to react there, and it is showing that it's reacting there. It's maybe not at the perfect point.
Yep.
But by looking at the price action beforehand and looking at the stats going back, I've got a good feeling that the general direction I think is going to be we're right.
Correct.
So I don't I just want to get in a little bit.
Yep. No, I get. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. Honestly, maybe it's something I could consider.
Yeah, it's just I find we often take profit, maybe take 70, 80, 50, 70, 80% profit at certain points when we're in profit, but we don't do the. I find I'm getting better results by also layering in my trades a bit, just because the timing is always difficult to get exactly right, even if we're usually always correct as far as the direction goes.
Yeah, and it gets so close. Like in this case, it got within like a pip of being triggered in the entry I was looking for. So yeah, sometimes it does get so close, but it doesn't tap you in. But generally, the actual, like you said, the direction is correct. So I think it's good if you can, maybe adjust something slightly, like you've done. So it gets you involved, even if it's not with your full risk, but at least you got something in the market. So I think that's good idea, man.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't do it for all trades, but for something like that type of trade, and for the old, what we used to call the Type 4, when it's had the breakout and then it comes back to retest. And things like that. It tends to work quite well for that type of trade.
Yeah, I like that too. So you're taking it first, maybe third or half or something, as it taps into the zone, and then you're adding to it as it breaks the high of the
exactly. So if the 5 minute then breaks a high, and so then I'll add the rest then. Because like sometimes then you're getting in especially in that example, you're sometimes getting in at a better price as well.
Yeah, exactly, because sometimes it's going to travel 5, 6 to 10 pips just to trigger you in if you're looking for the stock standard entry.
And the example and the advantage then also is that your stop loss is so tight. So you're only going in at with maybe third risk and your stop loss tight. So actually the risk is minimal, but you're in there.
Agreed. I like it. Something to think about, something to ponder. So
that might be an idea to actually backtest the data and actually see what the how many times they go without you tapping and how many times they get within a certain distance, or like on a 1 minute time frame where it's starting to react from, to see what like how many times they actually go without you, sort of thing, how many times you miss the move.
Like in this case,
you crack on with that, Tommy, and I'll be interested to see what the results are.
Tommy's the test dummy for the stream. you can
100 hours later on.
Yeah, no, I like it though. I do like it. It's the same with the 5 minute. Like Tommy just tested it on the stream and it worked. Obviously it worked. So I took it yesterday, but I felt yesterday there was more momentum at that point, but it still did the same thing today, and now it's got the momentum. So you learn, you always learn, and the more you see it happen, the more likely you are to actually trade it. So I used it yesterday to my advantage. Tommy's taking it in the background today, testing it out, and it worked. So again, more I see it, more likely I am to start using it. Just a few more questions. Ayan, how to recover losses? How do you recover your losses? You need to have a plan. You need to be disciplined and not overtrade, things like that. There's unfortunately no special button you can press to give your money back. You just need to wait for your next setup and execute according to your plan. And if your plan, your edge works for you, then likely you'll end up on top after a certain set of data, a certain set of trades. So if you win 7-8 times out of 10, you'll eventually recover your loss. It's all about patience and discipline. That's, in my opinion, that's what it's about, because getting the actual direction right is I find quite easy. The analysis is quite easy. Doesn't mean you're always going to get your options. Like for me today, got within a whisker, but Steve's just let us in on what he's been doing, which means he's in the trade a bit earlier. And again, maybe it's something for me to think about moving forward. Use there, goal reach 23.18. Buy entry possible now, or wait to check the closing of the M15 candle. Nah, you need to wait for confirmation. And this is something I'm keeping an eye on, but I'm definitely not trading it. But just interested to see when price taps into a level, if you just simply had a limit order, how often would it get you to a point where you could secure? So that's something you can test, but it's not something I trade. So right now, what I want to see on gold is support. If this 15-minute candle closes strong bullish, thank you for the sub. So if this 15-minute candle closes like so, then what I'll be waiting for is, you guys know exactly. Small bearish candle, create that minor pause. That is then going to look like this on the M30. This should be green because it's a bullish candle. It's going to close a bullish candle. So that will be the body. That will be the wick. So that's the M30. And as new candle breaks that minor resistance formed within that previous M30 candle, breaks the higher low, so the previous M30, that could be a potential entry. So that's an option. Other than that, you just want to wait for a bit of consolidation at this level. As price begins to pop above it, then you could be looking for your potential entries. Otherwise, what I'd be waiting for on gold is the 4 hours about to close in the next 40 minutes. So this candle looks like it's closing a strong bearish candle. You could be looking for sales upon the pullback, let it create the upper wick. The most recent zone is still the zone I'd be targeting for price to pull back to reject, form the resistance below it to sell it. But it doesn't necessarily need to pull the way back up to it. It may just pull back to create a lower high within the range. And if that does present, I still get my right catalyst to sell it, I would do so, because it could be just the 4 hour cranes upper wick before it heads back down to retest low of the previous, and then further sells below the support. That is gold. And GJ, exact same as what I mentioned before. It's forming a bit of consolidation now between 192.650 and 192.450. It's as simple as waiting for the bias, wait for it to close above, we're back above that support, moving away from this consolidation, bouncing off the support to the left. I feel it'd be a good option to buy at that point there. So buys above 1.92650. And opposite for the sells, it's tapped into the support. If we are to continue bullish, we should respect it. Very choppy though on the M30 and M15, so I'm not necessarily buying it from 120, 192, 40, 44 roughly. Rather see if we pop below it, and then I'd look for the sell. So if we come back down and reject it, close below it, that's what I'll be looking for the sells. I think that's about it, guys. I've got to get going because I've still got a lot on for the evening. As far as NY, again, I'm undecided, so just once again follow me on IG and you'll get the updates for that. Yeah, I think good session today. We did call a really nice trade on G, which I know Franco took, and I hope maybe a few others. Called a nice move on gold, which obviously Steve just let us in on how he got involved in that, and I personally just missed out. So I hope a few of you got involved. I know Sean, you did as well, so well done. And a few of you also win other trades, so good work, guys. In the meantime, if you're not hit the like button, make sure to do so. If you are interested to know anything about the service that I do provide, then you can contact me via email down below, and I'll get back to you with all the details. Yeah, that's about it. Tommy, Steve, appreciate you as always. Have a good day. Maybe
Thanks,
see you
Justin.
later.
At dinner. See you soon.
Great stream, mate.
Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. No worries.
Honestly, you're doing such a good job, man. It's brilliant.
Thank you. Appreciate the support. Thank you guys as always. To everyone else, thank you. Do trade safe. Don't do anything stupid. NY, again, possibly, if I don't, I will try to do an update video, but I'm, be pressed for time. See how I go. Well done, guys. Take care. Trade safe. Until later today or tomorrow. I'll see you again. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.
you.